happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Guys, if you have not done so already, please make sure you hit the like button. If you have not done so already, please make sure you subscribe. If you have not done so already, please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Oh man, guys, what's happening? What is going on? What is going on, gentlemen?
Shannon, what's good with you?
Hey,
Nothing
I'm
much,
chilling over
man.
here, man. I'm chilling over here.
Like a
That's what's
villain.
up, Joe. What happened?
I said chilling like a villain.
Yes, sir.
So Jordan, you already know what's up, man. Your boat, take over.
All right, y'all. What's going on, people? Glad y'all joining in. So y'all seen? I know y'all see the picture, and y'all know y'all seen the subtitle of Rihanna Emasculated or ASAP Rocky Ugly Truth. So basically, Rihanna, she had a Super Bowl. There's a lot of commotion going on. She had a good Super Bowl halftime show, whatever. And then after the Super Bowl, um, British Vogue put out the magazine out of her, her ASAP Rocky, and also the baby as well. Now this has been trending because a lot of people are commotion about how Rihanna is in front of ASAP Rocky, and how Rihanna, I mean not Rihanna, but how ASAP is holding the baby, and for usually men or in general you'll see a man would lead first, as an ASAP Rocky would lead, while Rihanna and Rihanna's holding the baby and everything. So it's been a lot of trendy topic about if we see if Rihanna is emasculate ASAP Rocky during the whole relationship they in. They're not married whatsoever. They just been in a long term relationship. They have a baby and also they have a baby on the way. So a lot of people is talk about as Rihanna, which is she's a billionaire, and as a Rocky, he's a regular rapper who's a millionaire and everything. And people would just talk about it's really like the lead and everything, as in if is Rihanna emasculating ASAP Rocky, because she's Rihanna, she's way bigger than ASAP Rocky. She's way bigger, and it's a lot of questions going out there. So I'm gonna pass it to talk to you guys, and then after that, I got a quick take I want to talk about as well. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, the first thing when I saw this cover of Vogue, I saw that it was very alarming to me. I know a lot of people love the cover because it's simple fact it came out right after the Super Bowl because everybody going Rihanna crazy. But people don't understand that when somebody put a magazine, and especially a cover like that, it's symbolic of what's going on in today's society. What's going on to say society is showing that women are now taking the leadership role, and the man's now became the more feminine type. He have now taken on the the feminine role, while the woman is taking more of the masculine role. That's why you see Rihanna is the leader. Rihanna is the one that's making the most money out of A$AP Rocky. Rihanna is the most publicized at more than A$AP Rocky. Even though it's a simple fact, Rihanna went on stage, even though it's a simple fact she was pregnant. Most women that's pregnant tend to not work as much as hard as Rihanna did. So it kind of shows you that society itself have shown and proved that women are now taking over. And to me, if I was in a relationship with Rihanna, even if I was on the cover of Road with her, I would tell her straight up, like, no, I'm going on front and you going back with the child, because the woman is, you already know the woman's responsibility is the nature of the baby. But the simple fact of now it's showing that A$AP Rocky is the one nurturing the baby, so it's showing like who is the most who's really taking control over here, who's really in charge. So I know we're gonna dive more into it, but that's just my opening take. Go ahead, I can.
Now, fellas, Kenny Mars was good. Jabari was good. There's nowhere in history where a woman who has more than a man is going to be, if she's going to be able to find a leader. Nowhere in history like that. You know what I mean? So everything you said is spot on. Now, mind you, I don't know if you look at the title of the thumbnail where it says "Best Friends with a Baby." I read the article. That's what she said in the article. We're best friends with a baby. The way she categorized their whole relationship is the same thing that Serena Williams and her husband. He was just around. He bugged her. He didn't go nowhere. He stayed around. And I tell women this all the time. The ones who most consistent is not the ones that these women want to be with. They just there by de facto. I honestly think that she doesn't respect him. I honestly think that the relationship is going to be there for a short period of time. She's going to have kids with him, which you have no other choice because everybody with money wants somebody who has less than them. Let's just get that straight. Why would you be with somebody if she has no need for you? Why would you? It's the polar opposite. Why would two independent need each other? That's like asking for two. That's like saying you need. That's like having two business partners who don't need each other. Dependent and dependent. She's independent. He's dependent. Yes, he's following behind her. She's leading the way as a support system. He's not. I'm not going to disrespect the man and say he's not a man. He's busting nuts. I can say that much. But as far as him controlling the relationship, I don't know about all that because that didn't look like no man leading.
For me, I just go by Rihanna's past relationship. Before A$AP Rocky, she was with a billionaire, I think in Dubai, something like that, for like a year or so. That didn't work, and then also, she'd been with Chris Brown. So my take as Rihanna is, in her past relationship, she has been in a relationship when that a guy is able to lead in a relationship. Now I see that, those relationships that work for Rihanna, and then when she started building her wealth, coming out with Savage Fenty and how that was a major hit, and now she's a billionaire, and now she reached that billionaire status. There's not a top tier billionaires out there that makes, equal or more than Rihanna as a, entertainers, rappers, athletes, and all that type of stuff. So with me, it's like when you hit that certain mark as a billionaire, I'll give you another example. Kylie Jenner, who's a billionaire, kind of the same situation with what's his name? Travis Scott. Travis Scott is a similar situation. Travis Scott is having babies with Kylie Jenner, but the relationship is kind of similar to A$AP Rocky as Rihanna is. They're having kids with each other and kind of see the closest as friends and everything. My personal belief is once you hit once a woman hits a billionaire and they see there's not a lot of options of men who's not out there, who has $1 billion and more than that, because it's a very few in the world that, with that hitting that certain status, I believe, they look down with what I mean is wealth, and they look at, since they built so much wealth and everything, they look at themselves as being leaders. And since they look at themselves as leaders, okay, since I'm a leader, I could get a man that's low in my tier, and I'm really, you really see a lot of billionaire women who gets married. You don't see that, Kylie, you don't see her get married. Oprah Winfrey, she been married, she been stable like 30 plus years, never married, never. Don't have kids, never marry. So with me, when I think when women hit that certain spot, when they hit a billionaire status, and there's a lot of men out there, they look at some of their leaders, and it's like, what, since I make so much money, and I'm highly valued, and my status is super duper high. To me, they don't look at I haven't seen it yet, but I don't see these billionaire women getting married. They're not. Because, like I said before, there's nobody, they see that's equivalent as billionaires or higher, they can't get, so they got to look low, and they're not going to marry these men. So I think you're going to see these ways when women start being billionaires, as they look at themselves as leaders, as I name a few. I don't think they're not going to get married, and they definitely going to look at themselves as being leaders. Since they look at their wealth, how much money they make. I know, instead of, looking at traditional roles of men being on top, women, the second, and the kids and everything. So this is, like I said, I'm not surprised when I saw this. When the first thing tonight, I was like, yeah, she's a billionaire. And so Shockey, he's a millionaire. He's just in there, just to have kids, just to have that wherever situation they have. And, this to me is like, I agree with, I came on this might be a short-term thing, but yet again, we definitely gonna see a lot more of this in the future of women who's gonna make more money. Some of these women who's they gonna reach these billionaire statuses, and they gonna date men that makes less than them. So that's my opening take on that.
Yeah, but let's keep it around. But it's just a simple fact of today's society we live in today. Society, a lot of men are more weak. Women are, like I stated first in my opening, how women are now taking control of the leadership role. Men could debate that all day, but it's just a simple fact. When you have a person like Rihanna who's coming in, mind you, remember everything that was going on. Rihanna is it's pretty much symbolic. It's all symbolic, folks. I'm not attacking Rihanna. I'm just talking about just the image itself. The image itself is showing that women are in charge, and that's why people all keep on saying there's a man's world. Yeah, it was back in the man's world in the 1970s, but now it's pretty much the woman's world. Women are trying to start earning more than men. Even though the simple fact, men do continue to earn more than women, but if we look at the spectrum between when it's black and white, you'll see that women are starting to climb up those ladders. Women are opening more businesses, even though the businesses fail. It doesn't matter, but it's just a point that the simple fact women are opening up businesses, men are not. Keep that in mind. Women in the United States are the biggest consumer. So people gotta understand, Vogue magazine is not portraying for men to buy. It's for women to buy. So they know how to market in that magazine so women could go ahead and buy it. Because right now, I guarantee you that magazine is probably sold out already. It's a sell gimmick. But if you ask me, is the sell gimmick working? Yes, because women are taking control of the world. Go ahead, Hakim.
I want to comment what Ronnie said before he go. I'll say this to you, Ronnie. I think it's a little bit more easier for a man to build a business than a man to build a business, and let me tell you why. Because they can market themselves on these social medias, and for real, except for YouTube, but like you go to Instagram and YouTube, Instagram, like Facebook and TikTok, it's easier for these women to market themselves because, like I said, even though they're the biggest consumers, if you could show, let's say a woman opens up a bikini line, to bid on that. They can just build a business by putting it on Instagram or TikTok, taking pictures, showing themselves. And as for men, we like seeing that, so we can like, and also women like to see women look at women like that in bikini line and like, and everything. And I believe see social media is really favors to these women, and also when they favor to these women, it's easier for them to build a business, like build a clientele, build a following, get their likes ups, and all that type of stuff. So I would say it's more easier for women to build a business because some of these stuff favors these women, so they can get that money quick, money fast. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, y'all dead on, man. But I want to come at it from a whole nother point. Is the balance of the relationship is out of order, and sometimes people just have to accept it. The balance of the relationship is out of order, and when you look at a relationship like Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, really, mind you, that whole relationship is out of a lot of our scope because we're real people. We live in a real life. You know what I mean? ASAP Rocky is her boy toy. Best friends with a baby. Most of these guys who can't get no dollar, they'll attach themselves onto a woman that gets more. There's been rumors of her being very masculine, unruly, disrespectful. That's rumors. I don't know if I don't know if that's true. She is from the islands though. Island women don't play. You know what I mean? They're gonna speak their mind. They're gonna speak their mind, and they're gonna have their foot on your neck too, applying pressure, pressure, pressure. But we all know if you don't align with traditional values and submitting to your man, you get this. You get a man following behind a woman. You get a woman leading the relationship. You get a woman protecting the relationship. You get a woman telling a man what to do, how to piss, shit, and wake up in the morning. She might even tell you how to be a man at the end of the day, since she says she raised sons on her own.
I tell you this, Hakeem. A lot of well, except Rocky is dressing right now. You know, Rihanna's picking that for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's dressing differently.
Yeah.
So you can say that Rihanna is starting to, give him some fashion advice and put some fashion on him to teach him how to dress and everything.
Yeah.
So
I wanna counter what the twins are saying. The twins say most of the successful companies are owned by men. Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, Tesla, Instagram are owned by men. Yes, that is true. But if you ask me, if you look at the back end, who's mostly doing most of the operation? Women. Women are highly employed in a lot of these corporations. Not only that, but you have North Korea right now. North Korea, I forgot the guy's name. He said after he's gone, his daughter is going to be running that country, not a man, not his son. Women are taking over. In Africa, there's a woman. I don't think people know that. There is an actual woman king. Sad to say, but I keep saying the problem is today because men have given up their role. Men don't want to be leaders anymore. We could talk. It's a good talking point for YouTube. Yes, it's still owned by men, but pretty soon that ladder is going to change because when you have more women into those employment, I guarantee you, women are going to start taking over. I promise you on that. I promise you on that.
Kenny must say King Jong-un.
Yeah. No, I think that's his name, right? I don't know his name, but I don't want to disrespect his name.
It's Kim. Yeah, it's Kim Jong. Yeah, he did say
He said
that.
his daughter. He said after he's gone, he said his daughter's running it. So, which means when his daughter take control, which means within that regime, they're gonna make sure it's more business for women than men.
So check this out with that point. Men are still going to outnumber women in the workforce because we work longer hours. The sacrifices we make, women are not going to be able to make at time because a lot of them pick to choose to have a family and do that. I'm not saying that all women can't do that. You do got some women who do go after the career, but you can't have both. Unless you get a man who's going to put aside his dreams and ambition to further yours. Is that what you want to do, fam? Do you want to put your dreams aside to further your woman's? And you become her boy toy?
No, but a lot of guys are doing that. A lot of guys. It's just not me doing this for a good talking point, but a lot of guys now saying, I want my woman to make most money than I'm making. A lot of guys, they rather stay at home and rather their girl to go to work. And I'm not speaking just because this YouTube. I'm speaking because it's reality. Most men, they decide, hey, you want your girl to go to work, you stay at home. I guarantee you a man would say he would stay at home.
Yeah.
So that would say this image here is very symbolic. And not only that, there's men now on promoted to be house husbands.
Uh-huh.
That's why I say it's symbolic. It's symbolic of what's going on in the world today. It's very symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
They'd rather their wife to go to work, or you see, A$AP Rocky, he said, "Go ahead, Rihanna, go ahead and perform at the Super Bowl. I'm gonna sit on the sideline and I'm gonna take care of the kid." That's what he did. He didn't perform.
And the thing is, what Conor Ronnie says, do you see there's a rise of not son husband, but husband sons? And I was listening to Dr. T. Johnson. Shout out to him. Please subscribe to his channel about the rise of husband sons. What I mean by that is that the women in a marriage or a relationship, they make the most money. Either they make high six figures, and then the man either makes mid-level to low levels, And the thing is, they got these women who's leading the household. And but the thing is, it's like, you can't argue with them, you can't do anything because, women, they majority probably own the house, own the cars, and own everything. And the thing is about it, a lot of these men, they can't say they part of it because the women are leaders of the house. So if you cause problems with these women, sometimes they can easily kick you out or anything, because they kind of look at you down in their mind. A woman, I don't care how much money they make, if you're not providing as much as a woman is, or you can do it, I don't care who you are, they gonna look at you a certain type of way. They might not say anything, but they gonna feel something in some type of way. That's, why is my man not protecting or providing? Because my thing is, it's like, since you want to be the leader of the house, these are leadership roles that you have to do. What a man puts doing a woman. And some women, I know, deep in their hearts, it's like, I wish my man can really could provide more or really protect more. But the thing is, it's like, you pick what you choose. If you don't choose that man of you being a leader, and then you want your man to lead, that's not going to change because majority of the time you've been leading. And a man is going to be like, okay, my woman's leading. I'm going to do this and do that. I'm not going to step my game up so I can lead, because that's who you pick in the first place. And that's how you kind of start your relationship or start your marriages like that. So when these women, making this, if they want these leadership roles, you got to take the leadership roles 100%. But a lot of women don't want to do that because a lot of most of these women, they still want traditional men, even though some of these women are modern women.
Yeah, I'm looking at Google right now. I was looking at the data when it comes to how many women owning homes. It says single women, mind you, single women owns about 2.6 million more homes than single men. That's why I'm telling you, women are starting taking over. So women are starting to have more ownership than single men. Now, on the employment rate, when it comes to the simple fact of businesses and corporations, yes, that's handed down to the man. I give you that. Like I said in the beginning, most women that create businesses within the first 5 years, it fails because they don't have a lot of support or a lot of resources. However, pretty soon they're gonna start creating more laws for women, and you're gonna see more women gonna have more successful businesses than men.
And I agree with that. And I think the problem is, Ronnie, there's a lot more resources for women than there is for men.
Correct.
Women can hit a lot of resources that a man can never can.
Hey, Michelle H. Yeah, it is. It's a lot more. That was saying women. That was saying the Rihanna picture is just very symbolic. It's just very symbolic. Like what I'm saying is just. I'm not taking it as an emotional thing. I'm taking it as logical and what's going on with society. Society is literally pushing women forward, and while the man is pushed backwards. Women are moving forward, but the man is moving backwards, and that should be very alarming for men. For men to not get emotional about it, but really visualize and see what's going on with society. Okay, that means if women moving forward, men moving backwards, that means we gotta start pacing our pace up. Now I'm not saying compete with your woman, because there is some men that do compete with their women. I'm not gonna compete with nobody. But the simple fact is, you wanna go higher than your expectation. You wanna achieve higher and higher. Don't stay where you at, because you see the women are moving. The women are moving forward into society.
Yeah, it's true. And the thing is, this is not this reality stuff. We're not gonna see. This is not the last thing we're gonna see. We might see this with Kylie Jenner. We see this with Serena Williams and her husband. Like, she's, if you go her magazine, you see she's up there, and the man is second. And it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more. And the thing is, man, you just gotta, what Ronnie said, just look at it. And when I first saw that Rihanna photo, that's the first thing I said. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing now. And this is British Vogue, and this is in the UK. So it's not just happening here in the United States; it's happening in the UK as well. And then I can see the rise of that. Go ahead, King.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Wonderful. Yeah. There was a question that was passed by a person. First off, I want to say shout outs to Michelle on your spot live. Thank you for joining us. And Ask Why. Ask Why asks, can a man lead from the rear? Emphatically no. Ask Why? Emphatically no. A man cannot lead in the rear. So reason why I say that it's a problem, are you going to take the bullet? Historically, we always go out front because we're ready to die. We're ready to take a bullet for our woman. We're ready to suffer for the family. We're ready to do this. So her leading in front of him seems that she's protecting the family. She's leading the family. If she crumbles, what he's going to do? A woman in a traditional setting would be on the side or in the back of her man. So the image, this is why it's an uproar for a lot of masculine men who see this on Twitter, say, no, this is not acceptable. But then I try to remind dudes, remember how old he is. He's not from our generation. And he probably grew up with a single mom. So her mom probably was the man and the woman at the same time. Going back to what you said about Tia Son Johnson, the rise of son husband. Go ahead, brothers.
Look at the prime example, Hakeem and Jordan. Thinking from this perspective. You think people are running to go see a Drake concert, or they running to go see Beyonce concert?
Oh, they running for that Beyonce concert.
Oh, running.
There you go.
They desperate for them tickets. They'll pay
There
thousands of dollars to go see their tickets.
You won't see men running to no Drake concert. However, but you will see men running to a Beyonce concert. There's a guy literally withdrew. No, sorry. There was a woman that literally withdrew from a 401k so she could go to the Beyonce concert.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is the power of women, whether people like it or not, it started to come on the uprise. Nah, I'm a patriarch. Everybody already know. We on this planet, we are patriarch. We think man's supposed to take the leading role in a relationship. Man is supposed to guide the woman. Man is supposed to take over the household. That's a well-known fact. However, society have now changed. And then for a man to take over that patriarchy role, they're going to call that man toxic. Toxic masculinity. A made-up word.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's like they pushing the toxic word so the women can rise onto that role. And yeah, that toxic masculinity, that's that number one word. That's just been spurring everywhere of toxic and everything.
No, the twins say Drake goes more tours than Beyonce. Yes, because you know why? Beyonce already generated the amount of money she needs. That's why she don't need to go on tour like that. Drake got to continue to go on tour. Beyonce can go on one tour right now. It's going to generate over $1 billion.
And the thing is about Drake, he's so big. He can start working for a little bit. I think Drake should be moving like Beyonce. You know, make an album, you can stop, or move like Kendrick Lamar, like because Drake makes album like every 1 or 2 years. Drake is at that status where he can just stop doing music for 3 to 5 years, kind of like Rihanna, and then he could come back and make an album and doing a tour. That's what Beyonce is doing. She's at a certain status right now. Is that okay? Let me back up. And the thing is, what I like about Beyonce, after she's do what she do, she stay quiet. You don't hear it in a press. You don't hear anything bad about her. You don't hear any blogs about her. Like when she stays silent, she stays silent. And that's one thing about Beyonce. But the thing is, Beyonce has been built. And then shout out to Jay-Z, you know, for helping her with that. But Beyonce is at a certain status. She's the Michael Jackson. She's the female Michael Jackson right now.
Facts.
She's on top.
Go ahead, I can't.
No, definitely. But let's be honest about this.
Okay.
I want to be real about this without this. Any successful woman that's successful, they had a man to do with it in certain point.
Facts.
You just mentioned Beyonce. A lot of people don't mention Matthew Knowles.
Yes.
A lot of people do not mention Matthew Knowles, who got her where she at. And Beyonce just took the mantle and took it to another thing. His status propelled her as well. We're not diminishing anything that she do. But let's just forget it. You don't make shit happen without two people. You know what I mean? I want people to understand that. I want people to get that point in their head. We both need each other, but we have this ongoing power struggle where you want to get out your natural order. And I ask women, do you want a feminine man or a dependent man who's not going to be able to protect you? Masculine men are here for a reason.
Yes.
And this is why people had a lot of issues with the picture that they were seeing. Because it was
show the picture. Show the picture so people that didn't see the picture, just in case all new people that didn't see the picture, they can see the picture of what and let them look at it and see what's wrong with the picture.
Yeah.
Because I already seen it. As soon as I just saw the cover, I already seen like so many red flags.
Yep, same with me. But the thing is, we already knew that, but just to see how, Vogue just push it out there, it's like, for me, it wasn't a surprise to me when I saw the photo, but just to see they posted out there, it was crazy.
Because I already seen it. As soon as I just saw the cover, I already seen
like, yeah, hold on. So my internet is tripping.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear the background, yeah. Urban North said it's not happening. Women are not running male dominant business. It's not happening. Well, it might not happen in our time, but I guarantee you, the way society is going and the way they put more and more laws and regulation for women, we might not see it in our time, but probably our kids will. They will see it.
No, and that's a definite thing, though. You know what I mean? I want to say peace to the gods that's watching us.
Yes.
My educator, word is born.
Facts.
But we just got to get back to the natural order of things, because I think before 1970, even the Reconstruction era, now we had things right, and there was something that was said that I think a lot of people said, you know what I mean? Women have more now than they had before, but they still more unhappy. When women had less then, and there was a necessity to build a family and a structure to keep as one whole, the man has always been the leader. The man has always been the leader. We're not saying that we're not going to listen to our wives and our wives don't have no input on stuff. Yeah, there's certain aspects your wife run a part of the relationship. But there's aspect where you have to let your man lead. And if he's not able to be a leader, he's not going to be in his natural order of things. That relationship is not going to lock because it's out of order.
But you think the same of it, but we already know. What do you think one of the primary reasons why men choose not to take the leadership role?
It's not that why we don't take, we talk, what you looking at is the new niggas. Not dudes our age, 30 and over and 40 and up. We grew up from.
So you're talking about the modern day man.
The modern day, the 90s boys. Those guys right there are 90s babies. 70s, 80s, we still got, even an 80s baby who grew up with a single parent back then, he still have a little spunk about him. He still have it because there was other masculine men around, like, hey, not doing that. Listen, I was very fortunate enough. I grew up with a father in the home, but throughout my life, I had different masculine men come into my life to let me know, hey, this is what you got to do. This is what you don't go left, go right.
I'll tell you this: me and my situation, growing up with a single mom. I think me and my mom, we had like a serious talk. It wasn't an argument, but it was just like, what did I want from my mom? But before that, I always thought my mom was Superwoman. She was mother and the dad. She could do no wrong, because I just see how, how she, took care of her house and took everything. I thought my mom was that's really strong, independent woman, until we had that one time. I can remember like it was yesterday. And, it was just like, I saw my mom cry. And that was really I saw my mom really, really cry like that. And that kind of changed my mind. It's like, wait a minute, my mom's, is human. You know what I'm saying? She's a woman. She's human. You know, she has emotions. You know, and you know she works hard for what she does. But it's the thing is, I just saw my mom as not that super duper figure, but I saw her as a woman. And when I saw that, when I saw her broke down the car, I was like, wait a minute, you know, that definitely changed my perspective. As hey, you know, as my mom, she's doing the best she can, raise his kids. But the thing is, you know, she's not the head of that household. You know, it should have been a man in there, should have been the head of the household. So when I saw that, that did definitely, you know, change, you know, my trajectory. So wait a minute, you know, in a household, supposed to be a man lead a household, or that man should lead a household. So when I saw that, it's like, okay, because I feel like I was putting too much pressure on my mom because I thought she was a super duper figure. But after I saw that, you know what, let me dial it down and let me you know, step up and also listen to my other, you know, male counterparts that's been there, like my uncles, you know, friends that was older than me, all that type of stuff, and that really kind of changed me up. Seeing it's like, hey, you know, when I grow up, you know, if I want to have a family, kids, I want to make sure, you know, I'm the head of the household. And so now, when I see that, and I'm doing that now, you know, with my wife, you know, there's not a lot of pressure that I put on my wife because I want my wife to be, you know, stress free, you know, in the house, and not do the things I saw what my mom did, because I see my mom was you know, it was a lot for my mom. I saw that. And I thought my mom was hiding it, but when I saw that, it's like it was so much pressure on her plate raising two kids. It's like, you know, I know if, you know, my mom was married or something like that, you know, I feel like, you know, it would be a lot off her plate. And, you know, and definitely she would have, you know, I'm not saying my mom was a feminine because she was definitely 100%, but I feel like my mom would have been, you know, a little bit there too, because like I said, my mom used to work a lot, you know, and so there was a time like me, my mom, my brother, we had to cook, you know, we had to clean all that type of stuff to order at my mom's, you know, because my mom used to work overnight and everything. And just to see that's like, you know, when like I said, when I get my wife, you know, I want to wish my wife is nice, you know, cool, stress free, and she wouldn't have to worry about anything like what my mom did.
Society. I saw going on. I hang with a lot of masculine men like you, Hakeem. You know the twins, Kendall, Jabari. Like I hang with masculine men. However, the man that's being born today in this today's society, they see a lot. Even though, like the twins say, even though the data does back up, men are more successful in business, but they see more women in the workforce. Prime example, you could go to a grocery store. Y'all could go to any grocery store. It could be a Walgreens, Cougars, any grocery store. You will see more women working than men. So a lot of guys are gravitating to that new society. So they say, okay, cool. I see women taking more leadership roles. There's more women taking a lot of leadership roles when it comes to Walgreens, Cougars, Whole Foods, any form of retail employment. You will see there's more women taking more leadership roles. Now there is a hierarchy, like the twins saying and Hakeem said, that there is a hierarchy where you do see like, okay, there's the CEO who is a man, and behind him there's a woman, but still the women still on a higher spectrum when it comes to certain leadership roles. I see it all the time. So if men seeing that today, so you know what man's gonna do, Jordan and Hakeem, they're gonna sit back and say, okay, cool. Women are taking control. I'd rather stay at home and let my woman be the breadwoman. If my woman coming home, Hakeem, maybe a month with like 4 to 5 bands, well, I need to work hard for. For what?
She make all the money. He's not a man. He's not a man. Let me tell you something. There's an innate instinct in a man to want to make his life better for his family and his woman. If you don't have that in you, we not in the same class. These young niggas I see running around here at McDonald's, Burger King, they girls swiping the card, unless you in there for, you see, I don't know their situation. The first thing we learn first as a man, we want to make our mother's lives comfortable. That's where we get that. So when we get with a woman, we think, hey, I'm going to make sure my mama's straight, my auntie's straight, and my wife, and then my daughters.
But ain't she supposed to be my helpmate? If she's my helpmate, she's supposed to help me out, though.
Listen, she is your helpmate. She runs the back office.
And I'll tell you this. A woman that's empowered, I don't care if they're in a relationship, career, or a personal trainer or instructor. They will push a man more than would a woman. Period. I don't care where you at. When I do my KO back class, or if I have a woman instructor, oh my God, they push you definitely more than a man will instructor will. They will push you. Because these women are super, super fit. It's like, okay, I'm super duper fit. I'm going to push this ass or that type of stuff. Even there, like you got a female boss, they tend to nitpick more than a regular man would. I mean, or something like that. I see that from my past jobs. But yeah, like women, they would women that are in a relationship, bosses or instructors, they would nitpick a little bit more than a man would. Go ahead, King.
Let me ask you a question.
Katie asked us a question. He said, if I ask you again, on the floor or in the office, I ask again. Either no, but I'm talking about the simple fact of you could go to any realtor store. Just take your time, go to any retail store. I promise you. Go to a Walmart, go to a Walgreens, go to a Whole Foods, go to a Winn-Dixie. You will see more women employees than men. And you can't say all the men are taking tech jobs because that's not true. Because a lot of men are getting laid off by these tech jobs.
Check this out.
Go ahead, Ken.
When do you got time to iron your shirt, make your food, take care of the kids if a woman's not there? She worked the back office. She runs the back business. A lot of us men don't even like to do paperwork.
But Hakeem, there's a lot of men say too, I'm a better cook than my woman. My woman don't even know how to cook. I can iron my shirt better than my woman. My woman don't even know how to iron. So why do I need a woman for? A lot of men talk like that, especially in these spaces.
No, you're right. But when I look at it from this point, this is why it both works together like a glove. You feel me? And don't get me wrong, we acknowledge our women who are in high positions, but even them, they still want to be a woman at some day. I'll give you an example. There's a podcast I need to go listen to. It's called The Freakonomics. There is an interview with that was the Pepsi CEO. It was an Indian woman. She said when she goes home, she's not the Pepsi CEO. She say I'm Kendar's wife. Then she cooks, clean, and scrubs the tub like a wife. He runs stuff.
Yes.
Even then, she wants to fall back into her feminine role. It's something instinctively inside of you. Even the most masculine women, when they get into a place where they can be feminine, it is like they putting up a pantyhose, nice and smooth. I never met a man. I don't know about them 90s niggas. I'm just saying, no disrespect to y'all. And I'm not saying all of y'all. I never met a man that did not want to put in no work and make sure his people were straight. Oh, Lord Jesus. I don't know them niggas, man. I wake up every morning thinking about how I can put diamonds on my mama's neck. Diamonds on my niece's neck. I got a new niece and nephew. Okay, I got to make sure they straight. That's just a man's nature. You want to lead. You want to be the bulletproof. And then a woman is gonna look at you and be like, "Damn, nigga, you walking behind me? You better get up front and go take them bullets."
I agree. No disagreement on that aspect. No.
So this is why a lot of men did have an issue with the picture. Don't get me wrong. If we all live in the real world and we could just say, "Hey, it was a nice photo op," but we know the things behind that. She makes more money than him.
Yeah.
She's never even identified if they was in a relationship. You know that, right?
Exactly. I mean, never heard anything.
They're not married. Which we saying this is this new age stuff these 90s people are doing. She's having 2 kids out of wedlock, and we expect to applaud her when we hear preaching marriage. It's despicable. It's diabolical.
How can it's the rise of these so-called situationships?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big rise on that.
It is. But the thing is, the only problem is what Hakeem and Jordan, what you're saying is the truth. But man, today we live in a society where men are seeing women taking on these positions and women starting to make more than what they usually make. Because remember, back in the day, women probably would make like 20K. Now you see women coming out making 10K. Now I might sorry, not 10K, 100K a year. That's something big. So men gonna take the opportunity and say, hey, if I have an opportunity to stay at home and let my wife be the breadwinner, so be it. I'll take it.
But the thing is, the bad side of that, they're gonna hear a lot of nitpicking.
Ooh.
It won't be peaceful as you think it is. If you want to stay at home, man, you're not gonna get the peace that you want to get. Go ahead, King.
Brother, let's go back to the Gabrielle Union interview with the piece we did when she said, due to the fact that she made more money, she said she felt she had a right to cheat on him. When it made her look like the biggest American whore in America. Female promiscuity has always been frowned upon. We put you on a glass pedestal for a reason. You have kids. You nurture kids. You're supposed to be dignified and respected. That's why most of our saints are women.
Yeah.
We look at you for purity, not men. We know men are savages. We rape, we pillage and murder villages. We take wives. We conquer cities. That's why when we look to women for purity, for understanding, why you think they call Earth Mother, Gia?
Yeah. Hmm?
So when I see women do these things, I have nothing to say. I don't be having nothing. I just keep my mouth shut because we'll all get the finger pointed at us and saying like, yo, he's bashing women. He's back. No, man. I'm for tradition. I'm for tradition. White folks do it. Hispanics do it. Koreans do it. Chinese do it. Africans in Africa do it. But African Americans and people who accept in a American mentality who is black in America accept a totally different thing. We make it as we go along.
Women, the problem is women today have threw away the tradition ideology. They don't want the tradition thing no more. They only focus on today the modern way of living. It's whatever. Remember, back in the day, women was ashamed to call your significant other partner. They would say, "No, that's my husband." Now today they call him that's my partner.
Throw the baby out with the bathwater. Throw the Bible out with the bathwater. You bet not be coming here with no Bible if I can hit before if I'm tapping that ass. Don't be mentioning you looking for a God-fearing man if I'm down your throat.
Yeah, I don't like that. They say want a God-fearing man, but they follow the book. They say, "Oh no, they don't follow." It's like these new modern women. They follow their own Christian values, but not the values that's in the Bible.
Of course not.
Listen here. We talk about this. We talk about this all the time, and we complain about this. There's not a lot of Proverbs 31 women. There's not a lot of Ephesians 5 men out here. There's not a lot of Boazes. There's not a lot of Ruth. There's not a lot of Marys. Or there's not a lot of Sheba. Feminism has made us weak, and feminism has made a lot of us men scared to speak. Because you want to know why listen, this is why we separate ourselves from the matrix and say we're going to go off here into this farm over here down in Midwest Georgia and live the way we want to live. And y'all can keep the rest of this. I'm just going to put a double wide trailer, bring a wife, whoever wants to come here and bake cookies and apple pie and wants to be in a fulfilling, committed relationship. Y'all go over there and do what y'all want.
And then speaking of feminism, it's not the first and second way they really program these women that they build in mind. It's these third, fourth, fifth grade feminism that just, definitely program, and they just see they just look at men as in just toxicity. They just feel like they should be on top, and the men should be on the second level. And if they see the men on top, they can see him as, oh, he's a toxic man for some type of reason. Because they look at the past history of, oh man, all they do is conquer this in the past for hundreds and hundreds of years and centuries, all that type of stuff, and they feel some type of way. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time for the way of the matriarchy as to, women, we should be leaders, and the man don't appreciate that or has a different opinion. He's just toxic. He's a misogynist. Go ahead.
You want to say something? Because there's a point that I want to make. You know what the biggest gripe about a lot of women with us is? A lot of women say they're not being heard, and a lot of women say they're not being acknowledged of being a woman. And I want to make a clear analogy about something. Jordan, I don't know you. I don't know your wife, but you have made reference of how your wife is educated and she graduated college. Am I not?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
You've made that statement several of times unconsciously. Is that not acknowledging your wife's intelligence? And
yes.
The fact and what she brings to the table?
But the thing is, Hakeem, they're not talking about the significant other. What they're talking about is the aspect of society. Society is not recognizing women for their intelligent way of being. That's the thing. That's what they're talking about.
The problem is women need to keep their head out of social media and the magazine and worry about what's in your house. Pastor T.D. Jakes say, don't be speaking about me in your house. This sermon is for you at church, not in your house. Your man runs the house. Why are you bringing shit outside into the house for? Why is your homegirl has a say-so in your house? It's out of order. You're not following the ways of old. It's the same thing in me preaching about another woman to my woman. That'll be absurd. Listen here, I got women in my life who are very instrumental, and I say that very loud. My mother, my aunt, listen, and my auntie who died. Let me tell you something. My aunt who died, we put a plaque on her tombstone. It says Proverbs 31. I'm not talking about this shit to play games with you. She was a pillar. Her nigga was there, but she ran the show. We know who run the show, but she still was a woman to her man. This is what I'm trying to tell you. She still allowed her man to lead. It was countless of times she said, I could pick my nigga up and he'll send me a check. This is what my aunt used to tell me. I'll pick the phone up, he'll send me a check. That's my partner. I'm gonna go home and cook for him. Come on, man. We know who runs shit.
But those women are not those women. We don't have those type of women today in today's society. We live in a different breed of women where there's women that say, no, I want equal right as a man. I want to have the same relationship the same way the man do. I want to have the same opportunity. This is what we're living in today's society. Mind you, in the US, in the Western world. Now, if you go in the other type of world, they don't have those type of things. But in the Western world, this is what they're pushing, and this is what their agenda are. This is their agenda.
Brother, if you want equal rights, and I'm going to tell a woman, stop pumping the gas.
Women already doing that, Hakeem. You see it all the time.
Start opening doors for me. Start covering the check.
Some women are doing that. I'm not gonna say all, but some women.
I'll say this, Hakeem. If you want equal rights, come play with us in the NFL and the NBA. Come box with us. Come fight with us.
Remember, but Jordan, you didn't hear the argument they were saying why the WNBA is not getting paid more than the NBA players. That was a big argument they had last year because they were saying there was some stars in the WNBA say, hey, it's not fair for LeBron James to get paid 20 $23 million a year while we only getting paid thousands. That's one of the biggest arguments.
The problem with WNBA, they don't market themselves like the NBA do. They don't.
What is the viewership of the WNBA? Women don't even watch the WNBA. They watch the NBA.
I was going to say that. The women don't make. Women don't. You tell a woman, hey, name a top 3 players in the WNBA right now. Name 3.
I can't even tell you.
Well, I say Brittany Griner. I say Brittany Griner. That's one.
Yeah.
That's true. Nobody watches the WNBA, but the thing is, but remember, women are pushing for equal rights. That's one of the part of the equal rights.
It's not equal rights if you can't bring a freaking crowd. LeBron packs a house by himself.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
He could come. He can have a game by himself, and 50,000 people will come watch him.
Mm-hmm.
What's the African boy name at the Timber the Bucks?
Giannis
Giannis packs a house for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we start to say you can't have equal rights if you can't get both sides of the spectrum to come. Why women come to sports games to go please their men? And you got some women who love them, but men are not going to WNBA to watch.
Oh, women.
Come on. That's just listen. That's just there so we can. That's just there so we won't make people mad. Like, yeah, we'll just give them something over here, and we'll subsidize. Listen, subsidize some of the NBA money to pay you. Yes, you're supposed to get paid $50,000. You don't buy a house.
Yeah. And my thing is, it's like the thing is that the reason they don't make so much money, so what they do is they go out of the country so they can make more money. If the WNBA want to make that money as NBA players, they gotta learn how to market themselves better, and that's what they don't do.
Basically,
and the thing is, if you want market somebody, market the women to watch your stuff, but you can play by the man. They supposed to do this on the top of something. No, if you have your own league, make sure the women is watching your league. Market to the women, but they can't do that.
No, because the women are going to gravitate to the NBA. That's a well-known fact. Most of the people that go to the NBA are women. So but it's just a simple fact of if we talk about women are pushing for equal rights. That's what women are pushing for and are pushing. Mind you, we might not say it in our time. Our kids would see it. That this society, the Western world, will soon be changed where women will be taking over the Western world.
What equal rights are we talking about, though? This is what I'm saying.
Equal opportunity. So if you're allowed to be a CEO at a corporation, they won't be biased and allow a woman to be a CEO. That's one. That's what it means.
It's funny enough, we talking about these top level jobs, but I want somebody to become a ditch digger. I want you to come work. Listen, I would love for.
No, but Hakeem, I see some women doing construction now. I was shocked when I saw some women doing construction.
I barely see that.
I'll say this. Let's talk about the military. The women, when they got to do their tests, they got to do less push-ups or run less miles than the men do.
Yeah, basically.
No, but that's a whole other argument. I don't think women don't even belong in the military. But that's a whole other conversation.
I agree with that, Ronnie, but I'm just saying, a sort of equal opportunity, if you want to get in these militaries, do what the men do, but you can't do it. You got to do something that's less. You got to do less push-ups and less sit-ups and all that type of stuff.
Listen, there's a lot of factors that plays into why women are in the positions where they at. There's a test that goes around and say women are nurturers, so they're going to pick certain careers that best fit them. I would love to see a woman go work in the back of a garbage truck and do what the sanitation workers do. I never seen a woman sanitation.
No, but I've seen them. I've seen them. I promise you.
In my life. Listen, have you ever seen a woman got down into a drill picking up shit out of the sewers? I've never seen that.
It's probably in New York. I'm just saying I don't live in New York. That's a conversation for Jabbar. Like people that actually live in New York.
Listen, the jobs that really make the world one, women are not complaining about getting them. They want to be CEOs. They want to be that. Even there's more nurses than doctors. Why you don't have a bunch of women doctors? No, they don't. That's not what they want to do.
I said you right, Hakeem. It might be a rarity. You might see women do here and there, but you don't see them outnumber these men are doing these type of jobs. Like I said, I saw 2 or 3 days ago where I was coming down from downtown, heading home, and they built all these kind of mediums. When I was seeing the construction site, I saw two Mexican women. They was short. They was in construction, but majority, but I see. Well, looking at everywhere else, majority was men. So when I look at construction sites, I might see maybe 1 or 2 women or so, but it's majority men.
Majority, but what are they doing though? What are the women doing that?
No, hard labor. It's hard labor. Hard labor.
What I've seen them doing is, you know how they like when they be one watching, or when one of the big trucks is coming in, they'll have a stop sign that say stop, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see them like working, like doing construction and everything, but that's what I'm seeing now when I walk past downtown and build these condominiums. I do see some women, but it's not majority are women. But that's just a small sample size in LA.
Yeah, but Jabbar said it's cap. I'm trying to see, Jabbar, which one is cap? I'm trying to see which one. You talking about Jabbar? You talking about Hakeem's argument, Jordan's argument, or my argument? I'm trying to see which one you talk about cap. Because I'm trying to see which one, because I know Hakeem was talking. So I'm trying to see which one you talking about cap. But I'm just saying, but I seen it. I seen the Hakeem person. I seen women on back of a garbage truck. I seen women doing construction, literally. And mind you, they're not ugly too. They're not the bush type women. They are feminine looking type of women doing construction. Spanish women.
Okay, yeah. So there is a point. There is a point where there's a point with a lot of that, and there are outliers. But I'm just saying for the majority, we don't listen. I worked at a concrete place.
Oh, he said that's cap. No woman up here taking all her trash.
Come on.
But there you go.
They'll be scared. Listen,
he's in New York, so he said no.
They'll be scared to deal with them New York rats, as big as they is. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot we have to talk about. But why don't everybody just fall back into their natural order and just go about the things
I agree.
They've always been?
I agree. But society don't want that anymore. They do not want the days of old, because the days of old was working. The days of old, remember, marriages for black people was 80%. The days of old, women wasn't really complaining as they think they were. You get what I'm saying? So the days of old was literally working. If people in society want to be successful, take pages from the days of old. But the problem is, with this society and with this social media, they have shunned men and have kicked the men on the back end. So now the women, they pushing more women agenda, and that's what's going on. And even women are tired of it. Women don't even like some of the agenda they are pushing.
Yeah, definitely.
And those type of women, they need to address these women, tell them like these feminists, the feminists has lied to y'all. Yeah. Not just us as men, but women gotta let them know too.
But
women hate it.
But the sister code keeps a lot of women in check.
No. And that's it. That's how it is, man. And so it's just that the society we live in today, like I agree with the twin. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I personally believe it's not gonna happen in our lifetime, but our kids' lifetime might live in a different world. Mind you, we live in a point of society that to the point that they literally trying to find a way. Like, I would never thought in a million years they will ever discover a man on birth control. They literally have a man birth control. I thought that was impossible to make. So you're telling me there's no possibility in the way that you think women's not gonna run things in this world? I highly doubt that.
It's crazy because women do run a lot of things that we can't control. We can't control birth. We can't control what you do with the baby, and it's stuff like that. I think there's an agenda to try to emasculate men, because there's a lot of objectives that people have a problem with. You know what I mean? And objectives that always been there, because there's a lot of things they want us to accept. Regular heterosexual masculine men are not accepted, especially people who follow the Bible and who's grew up in a very traditional home. We don't want none of that goofy stuff. You can do what you want on your end. Let us handle our end, and that's what the main argument is about. You know what I mean? I want to be able to live the way I want to live with my woman. If my woman if she wants to overpower me, then we ain't supposed to do it. If she doesn't want to have a family, then we ain't supposed to do it. And this is
Agreed.
men need to be able to start being vocal about what they want and not be so carelessly saying that, okay, if she can't give it to me, I just supposed to make a sacrifice. Okay, that means that you're gonna have to be phony about what makes you happy. And what's that?
And then my last thought on this, and to these men, remember, man, women outnumber us. It's your choosing. If you don't like something, if you don't like something that women's offer you, there's other women that probably can do that.
Mm.
There's a lot more women you can marry two, not just one, but two. You can marry two women and still be a lot more women, especially in our Black community. So, man, there's a lot of women out there that you can choose that could probably fit into your program. You don't got to deal with that. There's so many women out there that you can possibly fit. They can possibly fit your lifestyle or what you like and what you don't like.
And of course, we want to give a shout out to the people that joined us today, which is Jabari. You already know Jabbar, First Town, Florida, Urban Noise, Kenny Moore, JD. I'm trying to make sure I get everybody on, because we got stream running on all platforms. I'm trying to make sure we got Michelle. Shout out to you. We got Ona Sport Live, Ask Why. People that was watching us on YouTube, not YouTube, sorry, on Facebook. Shout out to you. See, they watch us, but they don't comment. That's the thing, guys. You got to comment. If you comment, we give you a shout out at the end of the show. And not only that, but guys, make sure remember subscribe to Red Lipstick Vibe podcast. We are going live. Red Lipstick Vibe podcast. We are going live this Sunday night, 6:00 Eastern Time. KI Culture Radio is going to unveil her show, so we're going over there. She's going to ask us some questions. It's going to be a really, really dope panel. So it's going to be nothing but a group of men, and she invited me and Hakeem and Jordan to be over there to join us. So make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to Red Lipstick Vibe podcast. Remember, we're going to put the link in the community tab, so y'all go over there and subscribe. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, shout outs to Tyrone Church. Hey,
shout out to Tyrone. Yes, go ahead.
And he has his radio show on Amazon.
And it's called Cheddar Vision. So please make sure you guys go over there. Also, check it out. It's Cheddar Vision, and they talk about marketing and strategies, how you could prosper during this time of a quote unquote recession. And Jabbar, I won't call out your name no more. That's it. As I was saying, Jabbar, it just slipped my mind. You know that Jamaican rum, smooth baby. But I think smooth baby. So guys, please make sure y'all subscribe to Red Lipstick Vibe podcast. We're going live Sunday night, 6:00 Eastern Time. Don't forget. Make sure you go over there and subscribe, because we're going to be over there. And not only that, support our sister, because she come on this platform as well. And we thank you guys for tuning in, man. This is how we get down each and every week. Remember, on your way out, make sure you hit that like button. Remember, on your way out, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. On your way out, if you have not hit that notification bell on the right-hand side, remember to click all, because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:00 Eastern Time. Thank you for tuning in to KI Culture Radio. Jabari, don't make me laugh. We over and out. Peace.